like a sheep led to still waters, like a sheep led to deep pastures. Lead me to rest, lead me to calmness, lead me to peace, lead me to safety, lead me to you, Lord, like a sheep led to still waters.
All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Har1 by Nyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem, Harakak Badash, Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Shalom to you, Akim and Akwatim, that believe in sincerity and the truth around the four corners of the earth. That means brothers and sisters that still believe in sincerity and in truth around the four corners of the earth. All right, this lesson is a encouragement lesson to the men to continue in their walk in their service to the Lord without distraction, and for the women to have an understanding to continue to serve the Lord. All right. This is not a jab at this lesson is not a jab at women. This is a encouragement to men to maintain their lot. Meaning, if they're with a woman, like the scriptures say, they're going to have trouble in the flesh. They're going to be pleasing the Lord and pleasing the woman. You know, your household. Meaning taking care of your family. You may have arguments and things like that, right? Now, as far as the man, he has to learn how to maintain his course in his walk in his truth in serving the Lord without distraction. And when when we get distracted in emotions, desires, desires meaning like our wants, our expectations of people, those are distractions for a prophet, for a man that's in the truth. Scripture say we're supposed to occupy ourselves in prophecy, not in the other P. Be occupied in prophecy. All right. So with that in mind, I titled it the Adam void, or Adamic void. And it's called Give Not Thy Strength. I was going to title it Give Not Thy Strength to That Which Destroyeth Kings. Because it's not just about women. It's about whatever distracts you. Not that it's the woman's fault for distracting you. It's the man's fault for being distracted. Always remember that. It's your fault if you're distracted. All right? We can't place the blame on anybody else. If you're doubting, discouraged, caught in your emotions, or missing a person, except for like a tragic loss, that's different. But we got to pick ourselves up and keep it moving and have faith and know the will of the Lord, that the fashion of this world is passing away. All right. So anything that's not strong is not going to stand in these last days. And it's smart to get your house in order, fortify yourself, and the child. Hey, matter of fact, let me get that real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spake as a child, right? Even Even us, we romance, all that Rome mentality, listening to Boys to Men, the lovey-dovey shit from the 90s. Um, that's part of it. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child, right? You understand as a child. You feel left. You feel like people doing things against you, or you hurt, or you wounded, or sad, or I can't get over this. I can't get over that. I want my toy. Man, say I want my woman. Well, that's understanding as a child. He says I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. And that's what a lot of brothers are doing right now, taking responsibility over their life. Is what the Lord is calling us to be decisive instead of letting life decide for you. You trust or you making your own desires, like picking this woman, picking that woman. Um, my resume got me the job. All these different things. You trust the Lord to do it. The same way Adam had to trust the Lord to set everything up around him. But Adam didn't listen. The woman that the Lord set him up with, he began to trust the woman and man more than God. Began to trust his emotions. Now, if you found yourself not trusting the world, then you should commend yourself. If you've been trusting the Lord this whole time and moving in faith, if you're distracted, well, this is your chance to not be distracted by your emotions by listening to this lesson. You know, and the best way to be undistracted is after losing something, or if you're addicted to something, is to take hold of something else, not to just push something away, but to take hold of something else, which would be the truth, the Most High, right? To continue in the hunt for the kingdom. As a matter of fact, let's get that. Uh, this is Matthew's 6 and 32. It says, "For all." No, here you go. 33. But seek ye first. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh. First, that's the principal thing. First, not seeking a relationship, seeking a woman. That I call it the Adam void. A lot of men will see other brothers in relationships and they'll want one, or they'll have that void within themselves to where they just don't want to be lonely, or they want to put their arm around a woman. All of us men want that, but to have it become a blind faith, to where not blind faith, blind desire. There you go. All right, blind faith meaning you're gonna wait on the Lord. I ain't chasing no women. I'm gonna just focus on me. I'm gonna love myself, love the Most High, even if we got to go all the way to the end like a eunuch. And then the Lord will send you that woman, and you got to examine her. I believe all women should be vetted. Meaning you should ask questions. What happened in your last relationship? I did lessons on this years ago. Years ago. Back when uh, I did a lesson called "Slice of the Devil's Pie." I had a wicked woman in my life, and she was at that time, and she ran all around the map, passing her body out to everybody with my child in her womb. you know. And I did a lesson called "Slice of the Devil's Pie." Everybody was taking a bite of it. Shit, damn sure was the devil, boy. So I'm speaking from experience. Um, when I see people have an opportunity to focus, I aim to help with that focus. All right. But it says here what? But seek ye first your woman. No. Seek ye first success. No. Seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh. All right. Seek the kingdom. How do you seek the kingdom? Just stay studying, building your household up in the truth, teaching, looking for the Lord, watching for the prophecies. Whatever we gain in this life we lose. That's just it. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and his righteousness. All right. Not our own righteousness, not the world's form of righteousness, which is wickedness. Not trying to be um um an entertainment for your woman. They gotta entertain themselves. All right. It says what? But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh, right? Meaning teaching, building up the brotherhood and people, and his righteousness. Right? Seek his righteousness. And all these things shall be added unto you. You gotta imagine the Lord saying this to Adam. Hey man, stay here and work and build up everything, cultivate, start working on this right here, this soil over here. I want you to put this over here. And matter of fact, you shouldn't be alone while you're busy. I'm gonna go get you a woman and I'll pick her out for you. Meaning for her blood, for the bloodline, for the service, to serve him, right? To help me. And that's what you gotta look for in a woman, not desire for sexual desire, um, healing broken wounds, shame, what they call that? Sad dating, like you just, um, you know, emotional, so you just need something. Rebound. The rebounding, that gets you in a lot of trouble, man, because usually if you come out of a relationship, go right into another one, it's like a rebound, and that relationship usually doesn't last. It's just a rebound relationship, like something to fall back on and get your rocks off. And us being men of the Lord, it's dangerous for it because it can become a distraction. Children get involved, domestic issues, um, all kind of confusion. So it's best to just maintain and fix those voids within ourselves, man. Those voids, man, they get us into a lot of trouble. Cause what if Adam was never lonely? What if Adam didn't need a helpmeet? You know, but the Lord knows what we need, so He created woman for us. But in this society, you know, I would say look for that, not for, um, let's say a lot of Jake base their relationships off of color, and it's not about that. It's about what the Lord sent to you. Is that woman trying to serve you or not, to build you up? And we learn from our mistakes. We might have been looking for a woman for sexual appetite, which is not wrong. But what comes with that? You don't know her personality. Not blaming the woman. I'm talking about the man for not vetting the women, um, like an interview. What happened to your last relationship? Who left, you or him? Why did y'all break up? If a woman can't tell you that, then I don't think you should be with her. It's dangerous for you and dangerous for her. All right. Um, and this is not to nobody specific, but I am using a specific situation to talk about other situations that that have been going on amongst our people and things I've been through. And what I've learned from it is to trust the Lord. And when you're not distracted, oh man, anything's possible. But then we get lonely. We get those desires. We want to let one off. I need some box, man. I need a woman. I need this. I need that. And imagine the Lord looking at you like, look at this dude. I sent you down there for a mission. Now you just breaking on me, huh? All right, I sent you one. I sent you some. Just like they said, we need us a ruler over us. And the Lord like, all right, I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you Saul. Yeah, I'm gonna give you Saul. That what you want? I'm gonna show you that the Most High was showing us that He's the one that we should have chose to rule over us. And He gave us a woman, Sophia. He like, yo, trust that. Trust wisdom. If you're free, you free to serve Him. You know, having a family, you got to take care of your family, your wife, different personality in the household. Really supposed to have multiple wives, which helps with the balance. But take therefore no thought for tomorrow. That see, and this is a powerful scripture right here, Matthew 6:34. Take therefore no thought for tomorrow. All right. And that deals with what? Anxiety, worry. Worry and anxiety means the act of not trusting God. That's it. Worrying about tomorrow. I fall into that a lot. I sit here and be like making a whole movie in my head about a job or about a scenario. And it's always negative. And I was like, damn, why is it so hard for me to think positive like about it? Like, why can't I see myself doing this and succeeding? It's crazy how the mind works. Definitely comes with trust in the Lord, being present. All right. Don't take thought for tomorrow. Just say your prayers about it. And that's why he gave us prayer. He said, the things that are too hard for thee, bring it to him. That's for the men and the women that's sincere in this truth. Bring it to the most high. You know, if it's too much for you to handle or judge, or you feel distracted, or you feel anxious or worried, well, give it to the Lord, and that way, like, yo, just give it to him. And that's showing that you trust him and you won't fall into anxiety or worry. All right. So take therefore no thought for tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Meaning what? Do the things today that prepare for tomorrow. That's it. So today, how much can we build? How much can we get done? How much can we show our love to the Lord, our faith? Even myself, man, I had so many controversial videos this week. I couldn't even do them. But every time I got, even this one, it's controversial, man. I was gonna wait, but I was like, yo, you know what? I gotta do these, John. I got one on Trump. I got one on the Haitians. All these Johns to get your page shut down. It's like, damn, you know what? I can't worry about that. I just gotta live in the truth. 'Cause the Lord set before me. So take no thought for tomorrow. For tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Man, everything's already written. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. All right. So the Lord gave us enough faith to get through each day until there's no more days for us, or we'll be in the kingdom. But sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof, meaning He got you prepared for every day, every challenge you have to face every day. So if it's emotional distress, the opposite of that would be to get focused and be present. Why are you standing there in front of this apple tree or this garden full of flowers and roses but you're thinking about a woman that you lost. Why not adore the beauty that's in front of you, or a different type of beauty that the Most High created, which would be the earth, the flowers, the truth, yourself, your children. They don't have to always be just a woman, you know. When that's like the top prize, more than gold and silver, is to have a woman. You know, be and above that is to be in the truth, wisdom. All right. So so we gotta trust the Most High in these times, man, and don't beat ourselves up too much. If we feel like we off track, well, just get right back on track. All right. Let's go to Sirach 26 and 19. Again, this is called the Adam void. The Adam void. The void of Adam. It's a void within ourselves, man. It's like something missing. It starts from childhood. It starts from situations in our life, like school or our neighborhood, or the entertainment industry affected us with all this fucking love music and shit. The women that we've had in our teen stages that we felt like was that one, which in the real world, in the kingdom, they would be our wives till this day. But you might have lost that woman, lost this woman, and then it becomes a trend. And then we begin to teach women how to treat us, or even with job situations. You go to the job, you keep running to the same type of shit. Maybe we're training people on how to treat us. You know, treat us negatively. Even that's how they really are. It's really that's how they really are. But we got to teach people how to. Yeah, we got to teach people how to treat us as men in the truth. A lot of them don't know. You have to teach them. All right. So this is Proverbs. Um, I'm gonna go to Proverbs 31 and 3. In this scripture, a lot of people use this as an attack on women, but it's not the women. The women should be to work on their self, get themselves in line with the man, because the man is your governor. A governor is there to keep you in order. It's something, an example for you to follow. To be in order with the Most High. And a lot of women are acting as busybodies in this world, moving house to house, place to place, busy in the mind. I want to travel. I want to do this. But really, they should just line up with their man and become that pillar. A pillar gonna be in place. All right. A pillar may live that boring life. Women like, why you don't go nowhere? Why you don't take me nowhere? I had a woman say that to me once. Why you don't take me nowhere? You ain't never take me. That's why I left you. Damn, you left me because I ain't never take you nowhere. How about you come up with the damn ideas? You ever thought about blaming yourself? That you should have came up with some ideas. I'm thinking about the next scripture I'm gonna do, job I'm gonna get. I'm not thinking about getting on a damn roller coaster. The hell? If I want to sit by the water, yeah, sip some wine, chill at the beach, restaurant, maybe. But hey, help me think that way because my mind is not on that. He said we sit here for what? Um, Let me get this real quick. This is Second Corinthians. No, this is what I want. This is Second Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. So we're at war right now. We're sitting here for the battle. And to do what? Hold on, let me get that. I ain't get to my lesson yet. Hold on, I'm trying to get these other scriptures real quick. This is First Corinthians 14 and 18. Or 8. Where he say, lift you up the trumpet upon the high mountain. Well, that's what we're here to do. All right. It says, "For if the trumpet give an uncertain," 1 Corinthians 14 and 8, "if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle?" We're here to prepare ourselves, our people, for the battle. Let me get this goddamn roach that's on the wall. You know them Jacksonville roaches. One second. All right. So yeah, 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal." All right, we're spiritual. We battle spiritually. You know, so people are impatient. They don't see no movement. They like, yo, ain't y'all like the Black Panthers? What are y'all doing? Why y'all ain't fighting? We are fighting. They was marching around Jericho. I'm sure people like, why don't they just go into Jericho and take it? What the hell are they doing? Why are they marching? They don't see the battle that we're fighting, man. That we're fighting for our people. The same ones that come against us. All right. "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds." That's 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. So we're here to what? Pull down strongholds. All right. So we're supposed to be in the mindset of battle and preservation, intellectual, being an intellectual. So I should say intellect, patience. Romance. If you choose to, if it's the Lord's will. But there you go. This is Matthew 16 to 25. "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it." All right, you trying to save, you got to try to save your family and all that. But if you're out here going crazy over these women, so if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. As I said, I'm talking about not specific situation. I'm talking about general statement of relationships, right? "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it," man. So to really save your life, you're gonna lose probably everything in this world, right? In your lifestyle, who we used to be. "And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." You're gonna find it. You gotta let go of that carnal way of thinking. You know, um, Jake, we always be like the black woman is black. I want the black woman, my black woman, my black sister, my queen. There's other women out here, bro. There's women amongst the northern tribes. You know, so we gotta let go of that way of thinking, that African mindset, and trust the Lord and become spiritual. "And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." So we let go of this world and we find ourselves in the truth, all right, in the mirror, which is the scriptures. So let me get into this lesson now real quick. Let's get Sirach. I think I read 19. Go back. This is let's go to Sirach. Yeah, Sirach 26. Damn. Yeah, I ain't gonna go read too much of this because it start to kind of rebuke the women only, But Sirach 26 and 1. "Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife." See, we want a wife that's virtuous, not a lot of baggage. See, if you vet your women when you first meet them and stop acting like they fell out the sky just for you, then we won't get caught off guard anymore. It's a harsh lesson to understand that we got to make the right selections. Just like when you sit at a, what you probably shouldn't be sitting at a bar, but just the analogy, a person sitting at a diner and he waiting on his drink, and you might want to made a certain way, you know. So you got to have value within yourself, all right? So you got to know who you are to know what you want. Take time to find yourself. How you gonna find yourself in the scriptures? See who the Lord is showing you who you are at your core, and then you'll know not just for any box or intimate moment. You'll vet your women first, meaning ask them questions. And if you don't like the answers, you're gonna say, no, I'm not interested. Not like, oh shit, but there's some damn she right here though, you know. Just do it and say fuck it. Nah, you're gonna trust the Lord. All right. A virtuous, it says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. Because a woman ain't gonna be trying to argue all the time. Virtuous meaning she focusing on serving the Lord and serving you, and that's it. It's creating a peaceful environment, and that's a virtuous woman, forgiving, apologetic, right? Shame face. All right, a woman of virtue. You can't say I'm gonna create the woman into virtue. The Lord got to do that. He created Eve for Adam. See, he told Adam to work on his tilling the soil and building what he told him to build. But he said, I'm gonna bring you the woman when you're busy, when you're focused. But instead, we get busy trying to find the woman or accepting anything into our life. So now we'll be more cautious of who we let into our presence. You know, a virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband. See, a virtuous woman gonna be that what they say selling out. A lot of women don't want to do that. Today they hate on you. Like if you're a singer, you sing around your woman and she's making all these faces, you know. Or if you got the you entertain or you got the job and she ain't happy for you. Or if you're in the truth and she don't watch your videos or she watched them before she met you, not anymore. That's what usually happens. I remember my ex um started watching other dudes and that's when she started going off and watching other women and they started building arguments within the doctrine. So you got to rejoice your husband, be rejoicing over your husband, like the hype man on stage, you know. That's one thing I say about my mother and my father. They had domestic violence all the way to the end. I mean, to the end, till she was off the earth, which is sad. But one thing I learned about her was she was his hype man the whole time. She was his hype man all the way to the end. That's your daddy, okay? That's your dad. You know, argue with you. I'm just letting you know. Regardless of what we go through, that's your daddy. Just his hype man rejoicing him. So you supposed to rejoice your husband if you're a woman. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, not disregarding him, claiming you serving the Lord and not your man. He shall fulfill the years of his life in peace, man. That's the whole. Just have a peaceful damn situation. We ain't got to argue. Watch his back. Be paranoid, anxious, worried. A good wife is a good portion. See, that's our portion in this life. You know, is- he's, he said we're gonna lose whatever we lose in this life. We're gonna get 100-fold in the kingdom. But a good wife, yeah, they out here. He said it's not possible. He said it's not a good women. Yeah, it's not no virgins mostly. But a good wife is a good portion. It might not be perfect, but they'll be good at certain things. At least you got to find out what's good for you And you might be learning that a lot of men are learning that even though just because we have hair on our face and we got balls don't make us men. We become men when our intellect grows and our faith and understanding and responsibility. And we learn things late in life like, damn, what do I want? I was just accepting anything my whole life, living my life on autopilot, the beast of burden. Let everything cling to me, whatever life brings to me. Well, what things are you saying no to, or pushing away, or examining before it approaches you, and then be willing to reject it when you see certain red flags? What red flags do you have? Do you have any red flags that you want to list to watch out for in your life? You know what I mean? Some men want peace. Well, find you a woman that's peaceful, that's not violent. She might not, but you where you gain, you may lack. Meaning, you may gain in a peaceful woman, but she might not be the finest. She might snore when she sleeps. She might um don't eat what you eat exactly. You know, things like that. But she won't argue with you, or fight you, or be vindictive, or say spiteful words towards you that'll poison your mind and have you distracted. Well, that's what you look for next. Well, am I looking? No, you look for the Lord. But when I say look, meaning if a woman approaches you, you're looking for signs of aggression or vindictiveness or spitefulness, and you can get that by asking questions. People don't want to be asked questions. You'll see the real them. All right. Um, a good wife is a good portion which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. All right. So let me go down to the point. Sirach 26 and 19. My son, keep the flower of thine age sound. And we at the flower of our age right now. When you're blossoming, thriving. That's another word for it. You know, between your 30s and 40s, right? The flower of thine age sound, especially when you're 20s. And give not thy strength to strangers. People, you don't know these people out here, man. You don't know these women. All right. Even with men, you don't want to sign no contracts in business like Diddy and shit. You're a young man. Get to know yourself, bro. Start your own business. With a woman, um, get to know yourself first. Build yourself up so you can be accepting to that right type of woman, and you have the power and uh, respective power. You got the power now, but um, the obvious position to be able to say, no, I don't want this, no, I don't want that. Right? When you don't have anything, the woman can say, well, I don't want a broke man. Well, you don't have this, you don't have that. You need me. But so it's better to learn yourself in business, learn yourself in this life and the truth, travel. There's so much you can do, man. You got children, take care of your children. So keep that your flower of your age sound because you want to do things today to prepare for tomorrow. Sirach 26 and 26. A woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all. So it's to you women. If you honoring your husband, then you'll be judged wise of all. Of who? From the Most High. And the angels, they'll be looking at this woman as a wise woman that honoreth her husband. But she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. So you women out there, regardless if you men and women be together or not, it's better for you to honor him and walk away, or honor him and submit to him in life, meaning let him correct you. Um, he don't have to no abuse. I don't believe no man should abuse no woman. Um, I don't care how anybody feels about that, because these women are they are given to us, but they're not our property in this society. And in the kingdom, we're not gonna want to beat them anyway. You're gonna be righteous, and they're gonna be in order. But in this society, we're not here to kill, and we're not here to be beating on our women. So any men out there in the truth that claim to be doing that and using the scriptures, a man with his woman is as a ship to the sea. I can do whatever I want. Nah, but that's the Lord's property, and he that without sin cast ye the first stone. So we shouldn't be beating on our women. If she leaves you, she's not yours. If she disrespecting you, well, the Lord said just let her go. If she's not going as you will have her. If she hits you, call the cops. Videotape it. That's it. You know what I mean? So, all right. This is just some wisdom, man. I just want to put out there from my own experiences. Of course, I could read that whole chapter where it talks about men and women. But I want to go here. Let's go to Proverbs 31:3. Time to get back to those controversial lessons again. Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. See, this is not a jab at the women right here. It's saying, give not thy strength or your mind or your focus, focusing on a woman in your mind, letting her sit on the throne of your heart, your mind. It's a seat there. And the only one should be on that seat is the Lord or you. You should be visualizing yourself. Like when I used to play basketball, I was thinking about this, how far this goes back from me in high school. I was had this thought, the throne of your mind, you know. Um, no one should be able to sit there. Meaning I'll be thinking about crossing somebody over or them crossing me over or dunking on me or me I see me losing. They're sitting on the throne of your mind. They took your seat. But why can't you visualize yourself? Why can't you see yourself as a character in your mind? Why you gotta see the woman the whole time? Why can't you see yourself? See what the Lord's creating in you. Why can't you see the Lord in your mind? It's just fixated on this woman, fixated on this problem or this job, things you're worried about. All right. So what is that giving you? Power to harness your mind, to control the horse instead of being led by the horse. The body is an opportunity. All right. Every movement is an opportunity for growth. Proverbs 31:3, give not thy strength or focus unto women. All right. Nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings, meaning any distractions, right, in this life. It destroy you at the end of the day. Physically, mentally, in your life, it'll bring you to ruin. So the Lord saying, don't give your strength over or your focus to that which destroyeth kings and destroy their judgment. Right? Treat people kindly. 1 Corinthians 7:27. And what scripture say, man, who will pity a charmer that get bitten with a damn snake? You playing with the snake, so you're gonna get bit. And the Lord said, stop playing with these damn snakes out here. That goes for me as well. I was getting tempted this past month. You start like, ooh, you know what? I think I'm gonna start looking for another woman, or you know what? I am open to have another woman. Then you start, and then you hear the radio go off. Yeah, HIV, this AIDS. Oh shit, that still exists, huh? I forgot that was out here. Oh yeah, you know what? Let me take my ass in the house. What scripture I'm about to read? Hello, family. You gotta ignore these distractions, man. Lust. All right. So, are you wrong for having your woman? No. Is it, if you're wrong if us as men we're wrong if we're distracted by the Lord's creations instead of being focused on the Creator and caring for His creations. That's all we're supposed to do. All right, until we can't care for them anymore, until they're out of our care. He set a boundary around Adam. I put a hedge around him. He said, I want you to care for everything that's within this, till the soil, and that's it. And the outside of that hedge is no longer your concern. All right. I'm not begging you to stay, and I'm not begging you to leave. That's how I am in my life. All right. So now where was I at? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 7:27. Art thou bound unto a wife? So if you got a wife, seek not to be loosed. All right. So yeah, you got a wife and she's operating well with you, not distracting you, bringing you down, disrespecting you, shaming you. If she's not doing any of these things, hey, keep her, man. Don't just be like, I'm tired of having a wife. You're not supposed to do that, But if scripture says, if she go not as you will have her, then yeah, man, the Lord like, yo, come on, man, just let her go. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife. Now, are you loosed from a wife? You know, if you're loosed from a wife, seek not a wife. Seek not a wife, meaning don't focus on that. Seek ye the kingdom. Come on, man. But I need a woman. But I just need a woman. You got you one, man. Or you look. But what does God got for you? Maybe He just want to deal with you. But you trying to bring everybody in the damn club. I ain't coming in there then if I can't bring my people in. Lord, like, yo, I want to talk to you though, bro. Trying to build you up. Hit the gym, build yourself up physically. Eat healthy, get some rest. Don't sit around worrying. Don't allow yourself to worry. Read, build your mind up. You know, advance in your businesses. Allow these things to grow first, man. It's like we don't even have a garden growing yet, and we trying to bring everybody to see it. Grow your garden first. Be a witness yourself. You can't be strong for your woman. Well, be strong for the weaker ones in your life, like children or your parent, your mother. Your families. Our families. I say our parents because our parents are getting older. You know what I mean? Or women that's not with you, just friends. We ain't gonna have no friends, but women. But kind women. You know, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Well, seek not a wife. All right. And if thou marry, I'll bring you all over here with me real quick. And if thou marry, thou has not sinned. See, it's not a sin. You can't. Men shouldn't shame ourselves for getting married. But just remember, He sent you here for a mission. That's why we're on this earth. But if you do marry, you have sex with a woman, you're not in sin if she doesn't have another man. And if a virgin marry, I mean a woman, because a lot of a young woman or a lot of women supposed to be virgins, she have not sinned. All right. But if you sleep with multiple men, or what they call that, serial relationship unalivers, meaning a lot of women got to burn up the last relationship and leave um, with a climax, like an argument or some type of danger before they leave their last relationship. Like, waiting to exhale, you know, and then a thin line between love and hate. A thin line, boy. They gotta show you the hate. And then they'll leave and then they go to a new relationship like, hi. You're like, yo, you must have fell out the sky because I see your wings. Yeah, I just got here. No, you didn't. You've been a devil on this earth for years now. For destroying men's hearts by the thousands. Scripture said, graveyard full of souls. All right. But and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. All right. They ain't saying continuously. Serial relationship unalivers, meaning killers. They 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 go to a new relationship and they dog their last man out. That's why I say, hey, you gotta talk to these women that come into your life and vet them, ask them questions. Just like a brother getting into the truth. They gotta be questioned, man. And they gotta learn that that's why they stand on the outside first and watch and learn. All right. You can't just jump into bed with these women nowadays because you don't know what's going to happen after that or what type of imbalances they may have. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. So get ready. You can't complain. If you choose a woman and you free and you single, I told one young brother in the camp, he been listening too. That's why I love the brother, man. The brother listen. Even if he didn't listen and he chose a woman, that's his life. But I said it to him. I said, "Yo, bro, you free. You got means of travel." He know what I'm talking about. He had a, he had a motorcycle. He had a car. You in college, bro? You healthy? What do you don't get trapped, man? And he listened, and he decided not to get trapped in a situation that was kind of frustrating him. And he been thriving, man. You see the brother traveling places. He like got some type of new experience. He's like, "What you doing now?" "Oh, I'm doing this. I'm about to do this." See, but you get you that woman, you're gonna show up and be like, "Oh man, she tripping. Oh man, I'm just going. I got a question about this situation." So you gotta wait, man. Just wait. Be selfish with your life a little bit till you can't. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, fleshly trouble, emotions, arguments, diseases people pass around, worry, anxiety. Is she cheating on me? What's she doing over there? But this I say, brethren, the time is short, man. Not only the prophecy, but our time on this earth, our life and time on this earth is short. Like I be thinking about it every day. I'm like, my parents gone. Like that's crazy. They gone. Like they in the spirit world, and it's a reality. It shows you how futile our life is at this moment. And the kingdom will be eternal, but it's just weird as fuck, man, to see people animated and they're so thriving, and you looking right at them, even these children, and you like, if it wasn't for the Lord and the kingdom, everybody would just continue to go through that process of death. It just seems like it shouldn't be that way. We should be immortal, but we got to deserve it, and the Lord is helping us get to that. But this I say, brethren, the time is short, man. We ain't got no time to bullshit around and be worried and distracted. Like if you were in slavery and they took them damn chains off you, would you get up and run because you don't know which direction? Get your ass up and run. The Lord gonna guide you. You'll start to hear His voice. Or should you sit there and just um, Stockholm syndrome? Love your abuser, oppressor. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. Right? Get up and run. Get up and exercise. Get up and live. Conquer the morning so you can rule the day. know. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Whoa, whoa. Hey, man, I thought I said it a minute ago. Um, yeah, here it goes, coming up. I said it a minute ago, but I ain't read it yet. Right? So be as though you had none. So if you have four wives right now, you still got to be as though you have none. Meaning, you're gonna talk to your wife, you're gonna have intimate with your wife. You ain't gonna be like, I can't be with you. I'm ignoring you. No, he ain't talking about be petty like that. He's saying the things that come with a relationship, you got to move different. You can't be all emotional, confused, worried about this or that, anxiety, arguing, fighting out in the damn street, punching her in the face, arguing all day and shit. The lawyer like, yo, you ain't got time for all that. You gotta be as though you don't have a wife, bro. And they that weep, right, as though they wept not, right? You might lose loved ones, you might lose a job. These gotta have faith. The Lord said, keep that rejoicing until the end. Keep your focus. Still stay in the truth. So they that weep as though they wept not. If you lose your wife, hey, shake it off and keep going. They say tough cookie. We got work to do. We soldiers. He said, let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be entire. So the Lord is making you complete, wanting nothing, wanting nothing. You'll have everything you need. And most of us usually do. But instead we count the things we don't have instead of our blessings, which takes us out, which removes us out of that state of gratefulness and thankfulness. Oh shit. Somebody alarm, of course, right? It removes you out of that mindset of thankfulness and gratefulness. All right. So, and they that weep as though they wept not. All right. As though. I mean, you gotta just try. You ain't gotta be perfect at this. You're just human, man. We trying. And they that rejoice as though they rejoice not. So yeah, we rejoicing in this society, but it's kind of bittersweet. They might get a job, but it's like, damn, I might lose that job, or the destruction coming, or the economy could collapse. Don't be too happy, and don't go out of your wits. And they that buy as though they possess not, man. See, it's like everything you gain in this society, you're gonna lose something or lose it. You get your wife, you're gonna have trouble in the flesh. You get you a job, you might be at risk of losing it now. You get you money, you got the money to lose it, to spend it, right? Pay on bills or whatever. You got children, you got to watch them grow and leave. It's just like, all right, so what are you fucking really tripping about? And they that buy as though they possess not, all right? And they that use this world, see, all of it's part of the world, all right? Everything that's in this world, the people included. And they that use this world as not abusing it, all right? Let's get that word abusing it. I don't know what the hell that say. Kata something. It's in Greek. Katak Ra Mahi. Let's hear him say it.
Strong's G 2710. Katachalmai. Katachalmai.
Yeah, what he just said. Anyway, it says it says what was the word abuse? To use much or excessively or ill, become like fiending for it. Like Josie, fiending, fiending. To use up, consume by use, to use fully. All right. Yeah, man, just a little bit here and there, man. It was saying a long time ago, man. Your wife gotta be like your drink. You pick it up and you should be able to put it down when you choose. You can't be stuck with the bottle. Bro, put the bottle down for a second and conversate. Live a little. You know? Right? So yeah, use this world without being hooked on it or excessively to use up, consume, always wanting attention from the woman. Why she ain't give me definitely goes into expectations. All right. And and they that use this world as not abusing it or overdoing it, basically. For the fashion of this world passeth away. Don't fall for the matrix. Don't fall for the matrix. Wake up out of the matrix. They always say, wake up, Neo. Meaning wake up that the one that's inside of you. It's there. You can see it. You can see the plan. When you wake up, there's a plan, a list for your whole day. You can feel it. It'd be on your spirit to work out. It'd be on your spirit to pray. It'd be on your spirit to do a lesson. It'd be on your spirit to do that application. It'd be on your spirit to write that song. It'd be on your spirit to have this conversation with a person. All these different things. Everything's there to build this or do that. But then instead, emotions step in. Anxiety. Oh, what's this thought? Why am I thinking? Why are my spidey senses tingling? Is this person doing this? Oh man, they gonna come around here argue. What's this about? All these different worries, man. All right. So let's go. It says, but I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried careth for the things that belong to the Lord. All right. So if you're not in a relationship, yeah, you got a great opportunity to just let the Lord consume your whole life, man. And that's a beautiful thing, man. You get carried away in that. But then we get to the point where we want to share the blessings. I know me personally, I'm like that. And I had to grow out of that. I'm still growing out of that. I get mad at my family. Y'all don't never come with me nowhere. Like, yeah, idiot, because you're supposed to be the witness for yourself. Why don't you go indulge? Smell the flowers, look at the scenery, do some work out there, be alone with the Lord. Imagine Moses had to, soon as he see the burning bush, ooh, 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 I'm gonna go get, I gotta go hey, hey, babe. You know, we gotta tell everybody shit. We gotta bring everybody around us. We gotta learn to be the witness ourselves. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world. Right. So you could be putting yourself at jeopardy. And which is nothing wrong with that. Because we can do both. We can multitask. The Lord built us, and if the Lord is with us, um, with man, not nothing is possible. With the Lord, all things are possible. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world. I mean, you got to take care of your wife, take care of your children. You know, you're gonna be trying to keep her mind straight. But if you got to do that, I say, hey, leave her or let her leave. How about that? This ain't to nobody. I'm talking about to any man out there. And but he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. The Lord, like, yo, that's your relationship. It's like that's of the world. That's not about his kingdom. But we be like, I'm gonna find me a sidekick. So you gotta judge the right way then. The Lord ain't never say Eve look beautiful. I'm gonna go get you a beautiful wife, bro. She gonna be bad. I'll be back. No, he said I'm gonna get you a helpmeet, a woman that's contributing to your life, ready to help. That's it. All right. There you go. Let's go to this one too. I was gonna skip this one, but I'll read it. 1 Corinthians 7:34. This is for the women. And there is a difference also between a wife and a virgin. All right. Meaning a wife, a woman that's committed to a husband, or a woman that's single, okay, or untouched. If you're touched, then you have a husband, regardless how you look at it. Even if you didn't listen to your husband and y'all separating, you stuck like Chuck without a buck. And now it's up to the man if he want the woman or not. So these women, man, they're gonna realize someday smarter to just get in order, man. There is a difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman careth for the things of the Lord, right? So a woman that's in the truth and she's a virgin, or today most women are not virgins, but you're trying to serve the Lord, well, you're going to be given to a man, or you're going to be single and you're going to be serving the Lord watching videos. But you're going to need a head in that day, a head over you, that she may be holy both in body and spirit. See, a lot of these women are unholy in body. They're not virgins anymore, but they don't have husbands. They don't make sense. That's why this is Babylon. All right. So they're not holy in body, and some of them not even holy in spirit. But she that is married care for the things of the world, how she may please her husband. All right. And this I speak for your own profit. This is for your own profit, man. Not just for the kingdom, but he's saying for you, for individual profiting. Not that I may cast a snare upon you. That's what I'm saying with this lesson. I'm not trying to cast a snare upon anybody, but a positive snare, if anything, to trap you in focus. But for that which is calmly, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. All right, to attend, be in attendance. You maybe show up to class in school, and they be like, so and so here, and he tardy. Nah, you want to be in attendance, attending on the Lord, meaning His service upon the Lord without distraction. And I may use this in the future if I get distracted, because we're human, man. But the Lord gave us a harness. He gave us a direction. So anytime we get swayed off the track path mentally or any kind of way, just man fall off and get back up 7 completely. You get off track, you stop looking at the mirror, you go back and run to the mirror so you can remember who you are. You fall out of the way, get your ass back on the way before you fall into the fire or the water. Balancing that. Your head not focused, will get your mind back in the game. All right. That you may attend upon the Lord. Now, do you want to attend upon the Lord or some box? So attend upon the Lord without distractions. If there's no distractions in your life, all right. But if distractions come in your life, hey, you gotta learn how to manage those distractions, you know, and without abusing it, meaning without being controlled by it. All right. So I think I'll make this one short and sweet. I got a whole another list of scriptures that I want to go with it, but it's gonna be dealing with the void of Adam. Adam got to control that void that's within himself, and it will rid us of a lot of distractions. James 1 and 4. But let patience, no, James 1 and 2. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, man, different trials in your life. It's joyful because we know the Lord gonna bring us out of all of it, and we'll get clarity from it. We're looking for answers within it and growth. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Now your faith is being tried. Do you trust the Lord to get you out of this situation? Do you trust the Lord to get you into a situation? Do you trust the Lord to remove a situation out of your life? Do you trust the Lord to fix a situation? Right? Your faith worketh patience. The trying of your faith is working that patience that's within you, building it up. To work it means to strengthen it. But let patience have her perfect work. Let that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Just like he was trying to tell Adam. You won't have that void within yourself, that want for anything. Just him and God, bro. But I'm sure Adam was like looking off in the distance when he supposed to be working, building the house. He watching that people walking by probably with their sidekick, and the Lord was like, yeah, it's not good for this fool to be alone. Let me go ahead and send him. And then the weak one went and let somebody whisper in her ear. She went and whispered in her man ear. The devil whispered in her ear, and then she started spewing that shit out at him. And we begin to believe the lies, the negatives, all the things they say to us, or this world. Believe what God telling you about yourself. Don't even believe what you saying about yourself unless it's positive. Well, if it's negative, let it be constructive to build you, to change you. But listen to what the Lord is saying about you. Let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, trying to perfect you, and entire, wanting nothing, no void anymore. I call it the void of Adam. Without those voids, we wouldn't run into so many distractions and long-term stress, tough choices, in too deep, to where it's so hard to get out of situations, heartbreaks. And when we run into them, we got to trust the Lord, what he said, man. All right. So, yeah, hopefully this was edifying, man. I just wanted to be quick. And I didn't want to spend too much time on this topic. I got a whole nother list. Of scriptures I want to go through, but I'll save it for another time. With that, I hope it's edifying. And continue, man. If the Lord is removing things out of your life, male or female, it's because he wants you to focus. It's because he wants you to focus on him. And you have an opportunity to focus on him, not just for today or tomorrow, but for long term, and see what happens that way. All right, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.
Like a sheep led to still waters, like a sheep led to deep pastures. Lead me to rest, lead me to calmness, lead me to peace, lead me to safety, lead me to you, Lord. Like a sheep led to still